Hey guys, I just got a new return pump. At the time that I set up my 100 gallon, I was using a Jebao pump that somebody gave me. It was about 600 gallons per hour, I think, and not quite enough for what I'm trying to do here. So I just picked up this DCP 8000. It's the sine wave technology pump by Jebao. It's been out a year or two, I guess. I'm gonna try it out. I already opened the box. And there's a few things in the box. Give me your power brick. Put the box to the side here. Pretty big power brick. A whole lot of adapters. It's very nice to see that they give you the ring adapters. And lots of sizes for slip pipe. Marked on the side, 1.25 inches, so forth, and lots of sizes for barb pipe. Okay, and it's a pretty big pump, so that would look kind of silly, but hey, some people, that's what you're going to do. Now, I took it out of the box and started to mess with it a little bit, and that's the pump there. Now, on my pump, I have it set up in there, and I was just guesstimating the height. So this is kind of what's in there now. So when I take the other one out, I just got to spin that off, take my pump out, and measure this about the right height, and then I can slip that one right in. In case you want to see what it says on there. There we go. 65 watts, that's a lot for a pump. But this pump is supposed to move 8,000 liters. They put it in gallons. I think it's about, is it 2,200 gallons? I'm not even sure if it says it. It doesn't say how many gallons, but if you do the conversion, 8,000 liters. It's over 2,000 gallons an hour. A lot more than I have now. They've also redesigned the controller, and as I show you when I go to replace the old controller, this is a lot bigger than the other controller. And rather than just having the dots on it, you know, it's got 8 dots, this one actually shows you how many watts it's using, what percentage of power you have. So, you know, pretty cool. Up and down, and then pause. And I'll read the instructions. That's probably for feeding. Your pause will probably give you maybe 10 minutes, I would assume. Maybe 5, so while you're feeding. But we'll see if we can get those RFG nozzles moving a little better. Alright, there's the old pump down in the sump. And that's my wood air stone for bubble scrubbing. And as you can see up above, I'm using a 3/4 inch pipe. And I have a fitting that I kind of put together on it. But you'll notice that union, I'm hoping there's enough space on the head height to just make up a new piece, and I can keep the rest of this plumbing all intact. So what it does is it goes up and it shoots right out the back and goes up to the tank in 3/4. But there's a T right here with a valve. I have it shut all the way off right now because I wanted all the flow that this pump had going up into the tank. But this pipe just travels over and goes into my refugium to help move the water, give me more circulation. So with the new pump, I'll be able to take the power head that's in there out, and I think it'll work out pretty good. So yeah, so that's how my sump works. It comes down in the middle of the back, goes over into this large area. I have some foam up here because it's been cold, so I figure every little bit helps. So let me move some of this foam out of the way. And this is my refugium down here. So you notice almost half of this 40 breeder is all refugium area. Okay. And over my bubble trap into the skimmer section. Get the skimmers, the skimmer in there. Needs a cleaning. Then over into this return area. So I got to get it out past my my little dosing rig I have here. And well, let's get it out. So there's the two pumps out, and you see what I was talking about having leaving this end on your pump. So now I can glue up something. I actually got lucky. I eyeballed this. This was just to show you as an example, but this is pretty darn close. So to get these two heights the same, and then I can just interswap this pump, and then say this pump goes bad, I can always put this one back in, or if I don't like it, you know what I mean? The plumbing in the tank is always going to be the same. So let's swing around and show you the difference. There's the two controllers. This is the new controller for the 8000. This pump was a DCS 3000, and this is a DCP 8000. So, I mean, first of all, the size is a lot different too. So they give you the big strainer basket, and everything's about the same. Same cord. I got to reroute. Cord may be longer on the new pump, looks like. So let's get the new one in and see if we can push some more flow and get some more bubble scrubbing going. Well, it wouldn't be a Dave's Nano tank video or review if we didn't take something apart. But you know what? I'm not taking my new pump apart. Let's take this apart. This has been running for, oh, is it 2 months, guys? And yeah, it's kind of crappy. Probably should have came out and been cleaned. Oh, look at that. Look how gross I am. Yeah, that should have been cleaned. And that's how easy it is to take the pump apart. So yeah, I'm kind of embarrassed by that. But yeah, you guys should take your Jebao pumps apart. It's really not that difficult. You know? I gotta line these two pins up. That's what it is. There you go. And this goes on. You know? Yeah, have to clean that up. But yeah, at least I took it apart, right? Took something apart. And there it is. And you can't tell, but I have a panduit in the back. So ran all my wiring through it. Now I've got to make the hole so I can remount the new controller. Yeah, so because this was a larger unit, I had to drill a hole lower to bring the wires in under the unit. And then I'll try to cover most of the hole with the unit so it's not horrible looking. And I was lucky enough to have left enough space when I mounted the old controller that I didn't have to move anything else around on my little control panel there. So as soon as I turned it up, plugged it in, it started to power up, and there was a P in the display, and it went up from 0 to 0.65. So being that it's a 65 watt pump, I imagine that's what it was telling me, how many watts it was drawing. See, it's power 0.65, and it jumped back and forth 6.6 a few times. But that means it comes on and ramps up to 100% of its power, which created a few problems. First problem being my returns weren't set up or tuned to return that much water. I had them tuned so they would be more quiet. So the ATO started going crazy. So that had to be unplugged. Before I opened up the returns, it would it started to suck air because it started to empty the sump quicker than it could get water back in. You see the little black line there? That's where my sump normally is, and that's where the ATO keeps it. So in this being a larger pump, it was actually, the top of it was out of the water. You know how it goes. So be prepared when you first hook up a new pump to have to retune some stuff. It's not just, you know, swap it. I could have turned it way down. But there we go. See it sucking air? It's bubble scrubbing at its finest. So now as soon as I start turning it down, it goes from P, and the P changes to an F. So not sure what that means, probably flow. But you'll notice it was at 100%. I brought it down to about 65%. And then even kicked it down a little lower. And there I go. I'm opening up my returns, get more water back into the sump. And it'll be a balancing act, which I didn't finish on this video. But I want to, you know, balance it when I have more time to be with the tank, to get that perfect balance of quiet and making sure all the water that goes up comes back down. So it'll take a little while for that to balance out. And yeah, I had the skimmer off at this time. There's an air stone that was doing the bubble scrubbing. I just threw it over in the refugium there. So basically, if you have any questions about the pump, I first saw it on Laminar Flow's channel. He's got a good channel. Go check him out. He has this pump, and he's pushing from a basement sump system all the way up to the main display. But thanks for watching. Also, I noticed that there was a lot more flow in the return area. You see things are really kicking around by the return pump. So thanks for watching, and like I said, you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'll answer it if I can. I got this pump on Amazon. It's about $100.